course, the pose that Leila's mother loves just so well, the one at the back of her head.
That's not nice. This is what we get to see.
That's right. Great.
Not much.
Great view from up here. And Tish-Johnson and Wendy Macpherson ready for the semifinal game. Don't forget, coming up next on ESPN, live second-round coverage of the United Hospitals Classic. And there's a trio tied at the top. Bruce Crampton, Billy Casper, and Lou Graham. They're all -2, and 6 players are 1 under. So it's a dogfight in the greater Philadelphia area. That's coming up next.
Tish-Johnson defeating Cindy Kova in her first match, the second match of the day, 200 to 190. And that's what her opponent did to her the first frame last game.
Well, was it my imagination, or did Tish try and tighten things up a little bit line-wise? It looked like she tried to move a little bit on the lane to her right, but got an overreaction. So right now, she's kind of fishing on the championship pair. First look at a former U.S. Open champion. She won that event as an amateur.
A strong television player. This lady is 7-0 in her television record.
Opening shot, that one just a touch light.
Actually, not playing in or out. That was closer to the second arrow for Wendy. She was out a bit farther yesterday.
Just 21 years of age. Already with 2 professional titles.
A nice young lady.
Mm-hmm. Very personable.
Hoping to break on the spare, and that's exactly what she got. That 2-pin just toppling there.
Contemplating the shot on the left-hand lane, and there were 5 consecutive victories. And then, of course, to nail down the #1 seed, well, she got beat up pretty badly by Leanne Barrett, 874 to 726.
Leanne got very lined up yesterday.
Caught fire late in the afternoon.
Yes, she did. Making the adjustment for the light hit, crossing over to the left side.
And
Kind of confused.
Yeah, the look in her eyes right now is, oh, brother, what happened there?
Like you said, some of these pairs out here, the girls either got locked in real quick or didn't get locked in at all. Here you can see pulling the ball to the left. However, that was the shot you really were playing this week. But if you pulled a little bit too far, you were in trouble.
And so a couple of spares for Wendy Macpherson, who breathes a sigh of relief. Tish-Johnson opting to slow things down just a touch, gathering her thoughts.
So far, Denny, the players have finished as they qualified. Nikki has finished in the #5 position, where she qualified, and Cindy in the #4 position. And I'm sure Tish would like to change that.
Once again, that tricky cross-alley spare.
We saw her convert it last game. We'll see if she can do it twice in a row.
Tell you wouldn't want to make a living having to pick those up on national television.
Anytime.
Gray hair is a definite possibility the more you shoot at these babies.
You get those 4-pin spares and you're talking trouble.
Yeah, sooner or later they're going to jump up and bite you, and that's exactly what happened. Tish kind of shirks and figures, well, we'll give it one more try on the left-hand lane.
The ball finishing right towards the pins, just chopping off the 2-8. She couldn't have chopped that any cleaner.
3 opening victories, and then a loss, as we've already mentioned, to Nikki Giannoulias. And then for Tish-Johnson, she really strapped it on and won 4 consecutive games to qualify #3.
Against some very fine players there at the end, too.
Much better shot there on the left-hand lane, a little more speed. I have a feeling she went back to the original line there on lane 29, fishing around perhaps in the opening shot. I think most people don't realize at home, too, that the players appear to be standing in the same spot with their feet and throwing the ball at the same area, but many times they're making those subtle adjustments from shot to shot.
Those subtle adjustments can be from just 2 boards on the approach to 1 board out on the lane.
Nice thing to be able to do is sit on the bench and then gain a 13-pin lead. Can she take advantage of the break? Once again, same shot, and does get an opportunity to knock the washout out.
Wendy definitely needing to make a adjustment here. Looks like she needs to get outside farther. At least here's the ball just sliding, never really getting into that good roll. However, she did get the break, the 10-pin falls.
the 1-2-8 for the second consecutive time on lane 30.
You can see the ring of lane conditioner around Wendy's ball. We saw her almost miss it the other direction, and there you see the difference in the lane. The middle lane is hooking quite a bit. You get it a little too soon, and the ball just goes right to the left.
This one might be better billed as survival of the fittest.
That's what it took.
We've already mentioned plenty of women's professional bowling, and of course the PBA Tour coming up on ESPN this summer, and the ladies, the LPBT Summer Tour starts July 14th on ESPN.
That was a better shot by Wendy. She thought that ball was going to finish a little harder. It did. She's close. Leaving herself with a dinner bucket, as you'd say.
Well, the count hasn't been too good. 7 in the opening frame, 9, 7, and then 6. And Wendy shaking her head. At this point in time, Leila, might he just changed balls completely, or, you know, obviously she knows Tish is struggling a little bit too. Do you just kind of hang in there and try and hit the head pin, or what? What's your strategy at this point?
Well, since Tish is struggling too, you know, she's got an idea what this ball is going to do. To actually pick up a new ball now, it would take her 2 or 3 more frames to figure out what that ball is going to do. I think she'll stay with this one.
Well, both players right now trying to figure out lanes 29 and 30, and we'll be back to find out whether they do or not right after this. Tish-Johnson looking for 3 in a row. This one through the nose. Well, she struck in the 4th through an excellent shot, but she has now regained the lead here in the semifinal match. And it hasn't come easy. And down to the left here, beautiful Valley Hotel lanes. Leanne Barrett, the number 1 seed, as Wendy Macpherson scans the scoreboard.
It's appearing, Denny, once you have it, once you don't. That's what the players are doing out here. Looked like Tish had it, and then she didn't. We'll be excited to come back in the summer. We start at the Fairlanes Capital Classic in Hyattsville, Maryland, July 10th through the 14th. We go on to Michigan, and then on to South Bend. After that, we have the Fairlanes Denver Classic. From there to warm Tempe, Arizona. And finishing up with our $60,000 Brunswick LPBT National Doubles, which is a fun event. And Paula and I will be trying to do as well as we did last year.
Right, your partner Paula Drake and all those championship rounds seen on ESPN this summer. The PBA Tour, Summer Tour starts Wednesday night, June 15th. 12 consecutive Wednesday evenings, so plenty of bowling on ESPN this coming summer. And there you see, excellent shot by Wendy Macpherson, and a double right now would go a long way for that young 21-year-old right-hander.
Yes, it would. Tish has lost quite a bit in count. Also, Wendy has. However, Tish has that open frame and the double, so it turns out to be a fairly even match. Looking for the double right here, and she got the break on the Brooklyn. She just says, all right, I'll take it.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
That's right. Crossing over a little bit to the left-hand side when you're playing that point line. Very easy to do. And she says, yeah, thank you.
They all look the same on the electronic scoreboard.
That's right. Well, remember, Tish carried that first one in the first frame here.
Through the nose and the 4-pin stands. If the players have done one thing fairly effectively today, it's not leave the big gaping splits. Cindy left one, and Nikki Giannoulias left a double pinochle. Other than that,
that was my problem.
Too many
of those big splits.
Yeah, when you got 4 or more and they're divided by space, you got some problems.
My spare shooting was excellent. Those split shooting needs some practice.
The winner of this next match will collect a check for a minimum of $10,000.